So when I was 13 years old, I broke my hand, and that's the event that led to me realizing I wanted to become an illustrator. So many people have asked me, why do you do what you do? Why did you choose illustration as a career? And the simple answer is because I've always liked to draw. But it's not as easy as just saying, yeah, I've always drawn and that's it. Many people say, it's because you're talented. I'm not. I like the phrase, I'm not talented, I'm just very, very stubborn. And here's the story that connects everything together. When I was 13 years old, I loved skateboarding. I played all of the Tony Hawk Pro Skaters series. It's still one of my favorite video games ever. Tony Hawk was a great inspiration for my life. That's how I got my taste in music. That's how I got my taste in clothing. But I loved skateboarding so much. I wanted to be on my skateboard every single day with my brother, just making noise because I wasn't good at it. I couldn't even lift the thing off the ground. One day, and I remember this day precisely, I was skating with my brother and my dad came along with us to, just watch that we didn't break something for salary. And there was this small hill and my dad was sitting at the end of the hill and my brother and I were just taking turns skating down the hill. So I was a little chubby back then and I couldn't handle my weight very well on the skateboard. So the third time I went down this hill, I skate over a pebble and the pebble makes me stop and I go flying and I land on my hand with my entire weight. So I immediately get this sharp pain through my hand and I start screaming, I start crying. My brother comes running to me and he's trying to help me. I'm I've never felt so much pain in my entire life. And my dad didn't go to help me. You could ask me, Mao, why didn't your dad come to the rescue? And it's because that day was April Fool's Day and we had been pranking each other the entire day. So of course he was done with us. He thought I was pranking him again. So after 10 minutes of me crying and screaming, he finally gets up okay, I'm gonna go look at your hand. And my hand is the size of a melon. So of course he panics, he gets me to the hospital and everything. Here are some beautiful pictures of what I looked like. And that's the story of how I broke my hand. What does this story have to do with being an illustrator? Well, as a kid, I couldn't stop drawing. So when I broke my hand, of course, my drawing hand, my right hand, I was upset because I couldn't draw. I was every day just doodling on my notebook, making superheroes. But even though it was cool getting a cast and becoming the cool kid in class, oh, look at my cast, you can sign it. I still had this thing in me that wanted me to draw. So I remember at that young age, just taking the pencil in my left hand, trying to draw with that, becoming really frustrated because I couldn't make what I was making before. So at that moment, I was why can't I stop drawing? I have 3 months just to rest. School was fun because I didn't have to write anything down. People did it for me, so that was fun. But I wanted to draw, right? So that's when I knew I wanted to become an illustrator because I couldn't stop drawing. Throughout my life, I've had periods where I just can't stop drawing. It's I need to draw. Even if I'm upset, even if I'm sad, I just want to draw. So here's the entire point of this video. If you have something that you can't stop doing, that's how you can figure out what you can do in life, what you can become. And here's the cool part. It doesn't have to be one thing. I've discovered many things that I like to do, and I found that if you do the things that you're passionate about, that you can't stop doing, that you just stay the entire night just drawing or doing whatever thing you like to do, this is what you are meant to do. If you don't know what you'd like to do, here's a little exercise that might help you, and it's keeping a diary for an entire week. That way you will find out what you do most of the time. If it's watching YouTube and you spend 7 hours watching videos about cats, maybe you like cats. Have you considered that? Who doesn't? But if you don't know what you want to do with art, what kind of illustrator you want to become, keep a diary and write down everything that you enjoy. What if your passion is drawing chickens, and you didn't know because you have to draw whatever it is that you do on your job. But what if you just focus on that? This is how, for example, I made my portfolio on the things that I enjoy: superheroes, video games, trees, ghosts. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. I hope this gives you some kind of idea on what you want to do. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Bye.